Cheryl Reeve thoughtfully explains how WNBA rode Caitlin Clark wave. Minnesota Lynx coach Cheryl Reeve opened up about how great the Caitlin Clark effect has been for the WNBA this season. Minnesota Lynx coach Cheryl Reeve has not always been very outspoken about her praise for Indiana Fever rookie Caitlin Clark. This, combined with Reeve, who was also Team USA's Paris Olympics coach, making it clear multiple times that she wasn't interested in revisiting whether Clark was deserving of an Olympics roster spot, made it so she took a lot of bullets from the women's basketball community earlier this year. But Reeve's stance on praising Clark has shifted ever since the Olympics ended, and she has said multiple kind things about the 22-year-old global superstar. And Reeve kept this streak of praise going once again during her end-of-season exit interview on Tuesday, when asked about witnessing and being an active part of the WNBA's record-breaking season. When Caitlin Clark announced she was going to enter the draft, I remember the wave of enthusiasm that came from a player that wasn't even going to play for the Lynx, Reeve said, per Vanshay Murdoch. So there was a lot of excitement and momentum for the WNBA. But to see it actually translate business-wise across the league, whatever the reasons were, there's one really big reason and a lot of other little reasons why. And I think the movement that we're in now is exciting. She then discussed how the city of Minneapolis has supported the league and how general fan interest has increased this year before adding, business-wise, it was one of the best years we've ever had. But also support-wise from the community, throughout the community, whether it was in the arena or anywhere we went, the interest in the team and the buzz was palpable. It's great to see Reeve less upset about how the WNBA finals ended and being eager to give Clark her well-deserved flowers. Caitlin Clark came in like a storm, man, completely shaking up the WNBA. She was out here smashing viewership records, packing stadiums, and her merch, flying off the shelves, sold out in every single arena. Everywhere she went, it was a sellout event. But let me tell you something. Not everyone's been celebrating her success. One person who's been throwing shade at Caitlin from day one is Cheryl Reeve. Now, we all know Cheryl Reeve coached Team USA in the Olympics this year, but ever since May, when her viral tweet about Caitlin Clark hit, criticizing how Caitlin was praised while her team barely got any attention, she's been pretty quiet. That is, until today. Cheryl finally spoke up, and guess what? She had to admit it. Caitlin Clark came in and set the tone for the entire season. With all that said, let's roll the footage.
The evolution of the league into the space that it got into in terms of the popularity when the season started, when Caitlin Clark announced that she was going to enter the draft, I remember I wish I'm connected to the business side, and the wave of enthusiasm that came from a player that wasn't even going to play for us. And, we certainly knew some of the other players that were going to be in this draft. So there was a lot of excitement and momentum for the WNBA. But to see it actually translating business-wise across the league, whatever the reasons were, there's a lot of, as we all know, there's one really big reason, and there's a lot of other reasons why. And I think the movement that we're in now, I think it's exciting. I think that for me, one of my biggest takeaways from this season is what you just said, with the number of times that I heard fans talking about being in bars, in the Twin Cities, and maybe not accustomed to the game, their willingness to put a game on, because that's a battle. We try to watch women's sports when we go into just a bar. It's hard to find it, or even a willingness to put it on. To learn the frequency with which the games were on, sound on, people gathering together, having watch parties. As the season moved on, we were achieving the success that we were achieving, especially the players. The way the city supported us in terms of signage throughout the city, and unfortunately, no, the other teams didn't have that. They didn't, and that's a travesty if you think about it. And Jim Pete always said it. Man, people have no idea what they're missing, and we're going to look back on this and go, "Oh, the heck!" But it happened in the NBA too. some great players that were playing in front of 2,000 people back in the NBA back in the day. And so for me, that was a big thing, a big part of the identity of the season for the Minnesota Lynx was, as we know, business-wise, one of the best years that we've ever had. But then also support-wise from the community, throughout the community, whether it was in arena or anywhere we went. The interest in the team and the buzz was palpable. So that's part of what made it special too. Sorry we couldn't get a chance to celebrate one more time together with a parade. We were looking forward to that opportunity. But hopefully, fans know how we felt about them and how much we appreciated, because they were a big part of our success.
Caitlin Clark complains about WNBA's schedule for hilarious reason. Caitlin Clark has a bone to pick with the WNBA about when its games take place. If there's one thing that Indiana Fever superstar Caitlin Clark might love more than basketball, it's golf. While basketball probably gets the upper hand, it's only by a slight margin. This is displayed by Clark's numerous comments about being eager to hit the golf course this offseason, which was then followed up by her doing so alongside Fever teammate Lexi Hull and nearly sinking a hole-in-one. Unfortunately, Clark's day job can get in the way, or her hobby, from time to time. And the 22-year-old global superstar lamented this fact while virtually speaking at a Nike women's basketball event on Monday. Don't listen to Sue Bird. She's making that up, Clark said over Zoom when Bird claimed she was a scratch golfer, per Aaliyah Fun Show. Everybody thinks I'm way better at golf than I actually am. It's fun, Clark continued. I have some cool Nike golf shoes, so that's a bonus, I guess. But I like golf. I love being outside. The only downside about the WNBA is that it's during the summer. That's when you golf, Clark continued with a smile. So I've had my golf take a back seat to basketball. When she was asked why she likes golf so much, Clark said, honestly, it's probably the most humbling sport for anybody, no matter what. It's so hard, and I think it's mentally challenging, and that's probably what I like about it. But also, I think I could be good at anything, so I hate when I'm bad. So I like to keep going out there. You have a bad day, you just keep going back. And that's what's fun about it.
In the off season, do we hear about it? You're shaking your head, but we're hearing about holes in one?
Scratch golfer.
Which one is it?
Not true. Don't listen to Sue. She's making that up. Everybody thinks I'm way better than I actually am, so.
I mean, you only are like great at basketball, so there's high expectations. Sorry.
No, I'm okay. I mean, it's fun. I have some cool Nike golf shoes, so that's a bonus, I guess. But no, I like it. I mean, I love being outside. That's the only downside about the WNBA is during the summer. That's when you golf. So I've had my golf game has had to take a back seat to basketball. But no, it's been all good. It's been nice to have a little break, and I've just been playing some golf in the Midwest. So it's been nice and it's been fun and relaxing. That's tough. Honestly, it's probably like the most humbling sport for anybody, no matter what, whether you're a professional or you're just a casual golfer. Like, it's so hard, and I think it's mentally challenging, and that's probably what I like about it. But also, like, I think I can be good at anything, so I hate when I'm bad. So I like to keep going out there. You have a bad day, you just keep going back, and that's what's fun about it.
I just want you to acknowledge that you pointed out the conversation saying, everybody thinks I'm better than I am. And then you finish the conversation saying, I don't think I'm bad at anything. So I just want you to understand where we're coming from. That's all good, though. All right, we are winding down.
Thanks for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. It's free, and you'll be the first to know when I drop new videos.